Good morning, everybody. Today we shall continue the chapter Life Processes. In previous class, we discussed about the transportation in plants. Transportation in plants, we shall discuss about the xylem and phloem are the two conducting tissues. Here, xylem is the water conducting tissue and phloem is the food conducting tissue. And then okay, dear students, today we shall discuss about the excretion. Here we have already discussed how organisms get rid of gaseous wastes generated during photosynthesis or respiration. You know that. I have already discussed in your previous classes also. So how the organisms get rid of the gaseous waste generated during photosynthesis or respiration. So how other metabolic activities generate are nitrogenous materials which needs to be removed. So here excretions means elimination of such poisonous nitrogenous waste from the tissues is generally known as excretion. Once again I repeat it, here excretions means elimination of such poisonous nitrogenous waste from the tissues is generally known as excretion. So here different organisms use varied strategies to do this. So many unicellular organisms remove these waste by simple diffusion from the body surface into the surrounding water. So as we have seen in the other processes, complex multicellular organisms use specialized organs to perform the same function. So you know that the unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So in unicellular organisms, the waste products are removed from the cells in the surroundings by diffusion. For example, amoeba. So these amoeba, excretion will be and takes place from the surface of the body. So in multicellular organisms, the waste products are removed through specialized organs. So specific organs are present to remove the waste products. So and perform the same function. So let us see how the excretion will be and takes place in human beings. So here the excretory system, observe the figure. So this diagram is very important in your examination. Excretion in human beings. So the excretory system consists of pair of kidneys. So see here there are pair of kidneys. So it consisting of a pair of kidneys. So they are situated in the abdominal cavity. Here kidneys are situated in the abdominal cavity on the either side of the backbone. Where is situated? It is situated in the abdominal cavity on the either side of the backbone. So each kidney is bean shaped. Its length about 100 centimeter long and its color is dark reddish brown in color. When the kidney is cut longitudinally, we can see two regions, the outer cortex and inner medulla. When the kidney is cut longitudinally, we can see two regions, the outer cortex and inner medulla. So here the kidney acts as filter. When the blood passes through the kidney, these kidney acts as a filter and they pull harmful molecules out of the bloodstream. They pull harmful molecules out of the bloodstream and leave the harmless ones. The harmful molecules dissolve in water and converted into urine. So here the harmful molecules dissolve in water and converted to urine. So this urine is transferred to muscular urinary bladder. So you have to see the urinary bladder. So these urinary bladder are connected to the kidney. So this urine is transferred to muscular urinary bladder by a pair of ducts called ureter. So it is temporarily stored in the bladder before it is expelled from the body through a tube called urethra. So it is temporarily stored in the bladder before it is expelled from the body through a tube called urethra. So you have to see the urethra is present at the end of the kidney. It is situated at the end of the kidney. So you have to see that the excretory system consisting of a pair of kidney. So a pair of ureters, urinary bladder and urethra. So each kidney has a number of excretory units called it as nephron. Each kidney has a number of excretory units called nephron. So okay dear students, once again I repeat it. So observe the figure carefully and you have to know that what is the function of the kidney. So here the kidney, where is it situated? So where is it consist? So it consisting of a pair of kidneys. They are situated in the abdominal cavity on the either side of the backbone. So each kidney is bean shaped and its length about 10 cm long and its color is dark reddish brown in color. When the kidney is cut longitudinally, we see two regions, the outer cortex and inner medulla. The kidney acts as filters when the blood passes them. They pull harmful molecules out of the bloodstream and the harmless ones. The harmful molecules dissolved in water. Note the point. Here, the harmful molecules dissolve in water and converted to urine. So this urine is transferred to muscular urinary bladder by a pair of ducts called ureter. So it is temporarily stored in the bladder before it is expelled from the body through a tube called urethra. So each kidney has a number of excretory units called nephron. Or inside the kidney, a tiny working units called nephrons are present. Here, observe this figure, human excretory system. Here, even a human excretory system, when you observe the easily to know that how the excretion will be and takes place. So here, kidney filters waste products out of the bloodstream and dispose of them by urine. So urine is made of these waste products and dissolved in water. And ureter, a thin tube which carries urine from kidney to urinary bladder. Ureter, here a thin tube which carries urine from kidney to urinary bladder. And urinary bladder, it is an expendable muscular sac. It stores urine until it is released. It is an expendable muscular sac. It stores urine until it is released. At the end of the kidney, you have to see that urethra. So urethra is single tube through which urine is discharged from bladder. Here, urethra is a single tube through which urine is discharged from bladder. So, you know that. So, when we cut the kidney longitudinally, we can see two regions. Here, the outer cortex and inner medulla. You have to see TS kidney means transverse section of kidney. Transection of kidney. So when you cut the kidney in longitudinally, we have see under the microscope, we can see two regions, the outer cortex and inner medulla. And then inside the kidney, tiny working units called nephrons are present. Figure number 3. So you have to see that. So this figure is the structure of a nephron. So you know that, you see what is the importance of the nephron. So how these tiny working units are work. So let us see about that. Here, so you have to observe the figure, the structure of nephron. So see that the label diagram. Here the Bowman's capsule, glomerular filtration, proximal tubule, distal tubule from another nephron and collecting duct, loop of Henle's with capillary network, branches of renal vein, arteriole from glomerulars, arteriole from renal artery. So these are all the parts are present in the kidney, present in the nephron. So here, what is the importance of the nephron? So let us see about that. So here, a typical nephron consisting of two-layered cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule. Observe. So here a cup-like structures are present. So here, a typical nephron consisting of a two-layered cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule. And then inside the capsule there is a network of blood vessels called glomerulars. So inside the Bowman's capsule, you observe that here the blood vessels are present in the form of the network. So this network, it is called it as glomerulars. So the Bowman's capsules continuous into the renal tubule. So this tubule is divisible into 3 parts. The Bowman's capsules continuous into the renal tubule. So this tubule is divisible into 3 parts. Here the first part, which is continuous with the Bowman's capsule, is known as proximal convoluted tubule. The first part, which is continuous with Bowman's capsule, is known as proximal convoluted tubule. And the third part is known as distal convoluted tubule. The third part is known as distal convoluted tubule or collecting duct. So these 2 parts are connected by a U-shaped middle part called Henle's lobe. These 2 parts are connected by a U-shaped middle part called Henle's lobe. The distal convoluted tubule opens into the collecting tubule. The distal convoluted tubule here opens into the collecting tubule. So urine is formed in 3 steps. Urine is formed in 3 steps. They are glomerular filtration, selective reabsorption and tubular secretion are the 3 steps urine is formed. In humans, the nitrogenous waste in the form of urea. In humans, the nitrogenous waste in the form of urea. Urea is synthesized in the liver. Urea is synthesized in the liver. The blood collects nitrogenous waste and other unwanted substances from tissues and circulates through the glomerulars. The blood collects nitrogenous waste and other unwanted substances from tissues circulate through the glomerulars. So these wastes are filtered from the glomerulars into proximal convoluted tubule. These wastes are filtered from the glomerulars into the proximal convoluted tubule. So this process is known as glomerular filtration. So this process is known as glomerular filtration. See, every substances present in the blood, both essential and non-essential, is filtered. So hence this process is said to be non-selective. So every substance present in the blood, both essential and non-essential, is filtered. Hence this process is said to be non-selective. The filtrate starts moving through the proximal tubule. During its movements, essential substances from the filtrate are reabsorbed into the blood. Here, note down the point here. Note down the point. Here, the filter starts moving through the proximal tubule. During its movement, essential substances from the filtrate are reabsorbed into the blood. So, this process is known as selective reabsorption. So, the filtrate now contains mostly water and urea. It passes through the Henle's loops and enters the distal convoluted tubule. Here, when the filtrate now contains mostly water and urea, it passes through the Henle's loop and enters the distal convoluted tubule. When the filtrate is circulating in the distal convoluted tubule, some important salts are actively added to it. When the filtrate is circulating in the distal convoluted tubule, some important salts are actively added to it. So this process is known as tubular secretion. So this process is known as tubular secretion. The filtrate with urea and waste materials passes through the collected tubule and through the ureter is temporarily stored in the urinary bladder. The filtrate with urea and waste materials passes through the collected tubule and through the ureter is temporarily stored in the urinary bladder. It is now called urine. It is now called urine. So our bladder can hold about 450 ml of urine. Note down the point here. Students, note down the point here. Our bladder can hold about 450 ml of urine. A normal healthy adult excretes around 1000 to 1500 ml of urine per day. A normal healthy adults or normal healthy person excretes around 1000 to 1500 of urine per day. So in addition to excretion, the kidney also maintain a constant water balance in a plasma of the blood. It also regulates the salt and sugar content in the plasma. If there is excess water in the blood, the kidney excretes more water and the urine becomes dilute. If there is less water in the blood, water from the urine is reabsorbed and making the urine more concentrated. So far, you have learned how the kidney play a very active role in elimination of nitrogenous waste from our body. So, you have to know that when the kidney regulates the salt and sugar and also remove the excess water in the blood, and if there is water in the blood, water from the urine is reabsorbed, making the urine more concentration. So far you have learnt how the kidney play a very important role in elimination of nitrogenous waste from our body. So I hope you know that. So, and then excretion in plants. So how excretion will be and takes place in plants? So let us see about that. So here in plants, the gaseous waste products produced during respiration. In plants, the gaseous waste products produced during respiration in the form of carbon dioxide and photosynthesis. Carbon dioxide and photosynthesis are removed through the stomata. You know that in your previous classes. You already see the diagram of stomata also. How the excretion will be and takes place. So here the carbon dioxide and photosynthesis are removed through the stomata. So excess water is removed through the stomata. So this process is called transpiration. Excess water is removed through the stomata. So this process is called transpiration. So some waste products are stored in the leaves and removed when the leaves dry and fall off. Some waste products, where is it stored? So waste products are stored in leaves and removed when the leaves dry and fall off. Some waste products are stored in vacuoles also. And some waste products like gums and resins are stored in the old xylem cells. When the plants are damaged, so on that part you have to see that the waste products in the form of gums and resins. So some waste products like gums and resins are stored in the old xylem cells. And some waste products are removed through the roots. And some waste products are removed through the roots. Okay, dear students, today we shall discuss today about the excretion. Importance of excretion and excretion in human beings, and how excretion will be and takes place, and structure of nephron and excretion in plants. Okay, thank you.